सूत उवाच
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततः जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So welcome all the devotees. Hare Krishna. So today we are continuing with the 17th chapter, shloka number 10 and 11. So today I will be taking the shlokas. Yasya rashtre prajaha sarvastrasyante sadhuvi asadhubhihi tasya mattasya nashyanti kirtihi ayuhu bhagah gatihi एष राज्ञां परः धर्म हि आर्तानाम् अतिः निग्रह अत एनं वदिष्यामि भूतद्रोहम् असत्तमम्. Hare Krishna. So very important shlokas that we are doing today. I'll recite once again. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. यस्य राष्ट्रे प्रजा सर्वा त्रास्यन्ते त्रास्यन्ते साध्वी असाधुभिः तस्य मत्तस्य नश्यन्ति कीर्तिः आयुः भगः गतिः एष राज्ञां परः धर्म हि आर्तानाम् अतिनिग्रहः हि आर्तानाम् आर्तिनिग्रहः अतः एनं वदिष्यामि भूतद्रोहम् असत्तमम्. यस्य राष्ट्रे प्रजाः सर्वः त्रस्यन्ते साध्वीः असाधुभिः तस्य मत्तस्य नश्यन्ति कीर्तिः आयुः भगः गतिः एष राज्ञां परः धर्म हि आर्तानाम् आर्तिनिग्रह अतः एनं वदिष्यामि भूतद्रोहम् असत्तमम्. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O chaste one, the king's good name, duration of life, and good rebirth vanish when all kinds of living beings are terrified by miscreants in his kingdom. It is certainly the prime duty of the king to subdue first the sufferings of those who suffer. Therefore, I must kill this wretched man because he is violent against other living beings. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. When there is some disturbance caused by wild animals in a village or town, the police or others take action to kill them. Similarly, it is the duty of the government to kill at once all bad social elements such as thieves, dacoits, and murderers. The same punishment is also due to animal killers because the animals of the state are also the Prajā. Prajā means one who has taken birth in the state, and this includes both men and animals. Any living being who takes birth in a state has the primary right to live under the protection of the king. The jungle animals are also subject to the king and they also have a right to live. So, what to speak of domestic animals like the cows and bulls? Any living being, if it terrifies other living beings, is a most wretched subject, and the king should at once kill such a disturbing element. As the wild animal is killed when it creates disturbances, similarly, any man who unnecessarily kills or terrifies the jungle animals or other animals must be punished at once. By the law of the Supreme Lord, all living beings, in whatever shape they may be, are the sons of the Lord, and no one has any right to kill another animal unless it is so ordered by the courts of natural law. The tiger can kill a lower animal for his subsistence, but a man cannot kill an animal for his subsistence. That is the law of God, who has created the law that a living being subsists by eating another living being. The vegetarians are also living by eating other living beings. Therefore, the law is that one should live only by eating specific living beings as ordained by the law of God. The Upanishad directs that one should live by the direction of the Lord and not at one's own sweet will. A man can subsist from varieties of grains, fruits, and milk ordained by God, and there is no need of animal food, save and except in particular cases. The illusion king or executive head, even though sometimes advertised as a great philosopher and learned scholar, will allow slaughterhouses in the state without knowing that torturing poor animals clears the way to hell for such foolish kings or executive heads. The executive head must always be alert to the safety of the Prajā, both man and animal, and inquire whether a particular living being is harassed at any place by another living being. The harassing living being must at once be caught and put to death, as shown by Maharaj Parikshit. The people's government or government by the people should not allow killing of innocent animals by the subtle of foolish government men. They must know the courts of God as mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Maharaj Parikshit quotes here that according to the courts of God, the irresponsible king or state executive jeopardizes his good name, duration of life, power, and strength, and ultimately his progressive march towards a better life and salvation after death. Such foolish men do not even believe in the existence of a next life. While commenting on this particular verse, we have in our presence the statement of a great modern politician who has recently died and left his will, which discloses his poor fund of knowledge of the courts of God mentioned by Parikshit. The politician was so ignorant of the courts of God that he writes, I do not believe in any such ceremonies, and to submit to them, even as a matter of form, would be hypocrisy and an attempt to delude ourselves and others. I have no religious sentiment in the matter. Contrasting these statements of a great politician in the modern age with those of Maharaj Parikshit, you find a vast difference. Maharaj Parikshit was pious according to the scriptural codes, whereas the modern politician goes by his personal belief and sentiments. Any great man of the material world is, after all, a conditioned soul. He is bound by his hands and feet by the ropes of material nature, and still the foolish conditioned soul thinks of himself as free to act by his whimsical sentiments. The conclusion is that people in the time of Maharaj Parishit were happy, and the animals were given proper protection because the executive head was not whimsical or ignorant of God's law. Foolish, faithless creatures try to avoid the existence of the Lord and proclaim themselves secular at the cost of valuable human life. The human life is especially meant for knowing the science of God. But foolish creatures, especially in this age of Kali, instead of knowing God scientifically, make propaganda against religious belief as well as the existence of God, even though they are always bound by the laws of God, by the symptoms of birth, death, old age, disease, and death. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्द्यं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितां च नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. So, very important discussion that we are going to be having today on the laws of nature. So, here Prabhupada is giving us a very good explanation to all the aspects which are happening. Prabhupada says that any kind of a disturbance definitely is a result of some previous karmas. Like we saw in when we were studying about Bhakti Shastri books in the Nectar of Instructions, wherein we saw it is Bijam Kutam Papam. So the desires, they act as the seed, and then they result into actions, and then they result into sins, and then that is a continuous cycle. So if there are any disturbances which are happening, then there are previous karmas which are a source for those kind of disturbances which are happening there. But then, if there are any disturbances, then it is the duty for the law enforcement agencies, whether it be police officers or some other persons, that they have to take action. And whosoever has been creating a trouble is punished. Especially nowadays, we find that because of the encroachment of the human population into the forest area, on the boundary there are many wildlife versus human fights which happen. And in that case, we see that the forest officers or the police officers, they find it their duty to kill the wild animals. So if those wild animals who are creating a trouble are to be killed, similarly Prabhupada says that all social bad elements such as thieves, dacoits and murderers, they also need to be punished severely. And we'll find that some countries in the world just have this practice. Like if you go to the Arab countries, you'll find that for thievery, for robbery, the hands are chopped off. Such severe punishment, because punishment is meted so that there is no recurrence and there is fear installed in the heart of everyone else who may be trying to go on the similar. So everyone is a praja, whether it be animals, whether it be plants, or whether it be human beings. Praja means anyone who has taken birth in the state. So any living being has the primary right to be protected by the government head. Even the jungle animals within the territory of the kingdom, they are subject to the king and they also have the right to live. But it is said that if anyone terrifies other living beings, then he is the most wretched subject. Anyone who creates disturbances, who prevents the appropriate karma to be done as per their nature, those Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Then they need to be Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I'm really having some trouble today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Am I audible now clearly? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So, Ishopnishad says that everyone should live the life as per the directions of the Lord and not as per our own independent desire. And Krishna has given sufficient for everyone, whether it be a elephant or whether it be a small ant. So anyone can subsist on varieties of grains, fruits, milk. So for humans, there is absolutely no need for animal food except certain peculiar conditions. But then what happens is, under the influence of Kali, this path gets completely disordered or disoriented. And so the illusion state head of the states, the executive heads, they allow slaughterhouses without knowing that torturing the animals actually leads the way to hell for such people. In fact, Prabhupada says that one of our former prime ministers, one of the astrologers said that that prime minister has now become a king, a dog in Norway. Such was his previous the life as a prime minister. So whatever mistakes we do, we have to suffer for it definitely. So whether it be a government of the people, by the people, for the people, actually it cannot be only for the people, it has to be for the living being. And we should not allow killing of innocent animals by such governments as well. Anyone who is elected or selected to work as an administrator, as a kshatriya, has to ensure that he knows the codes of the god, which are mentioned in the revealed scriptures. And Maharaj Parikshit quotes here that according to the codes of the god, the irresponsible king or the state executive jeopardizes his good name, his duration of life, power, and strength, and also his opportunity towards a better life and salvation after death. So it becomes paramount importance that we remove this ignorance of what is our duty towards all living beings. Those who think that they believe in a secular state, in atheism, that they do not believe in ceremonies, they are completely. Maharaj Parikshit was a pious king. According to scriptural codes, he was ruling his kingdom. He was twice born Kshatriya. He was a Dvija Kshatriya. And so he was most appropriate in his activities, in his actions. Whereas the modern politicians, they go by their own personal beliefs and sentiments. What we forget is in the material world, we are conditioned souls. We are not liberated. So our it's like our hands and bound feet and hands and feet are bound by ropes of the material nature. But still they feel that they are free to act as per the whimsical sentiments. And what this results is in unhappiness for all the living beings, all the citizens. And that is what we have to understand is to be prevented. In the time of Parikshit Maharaj, people were happy, animals were given protection because everyone was following the God's law. But the foolish, faithless creatures, they avoid existence of Lord. And that is something which is wrong. So human society, human life is meant especially to know the science of God, to accordingly, so that we get out of this material world. From Baddhatma, we become a Muktatma. And for that, protection of all the citizens is very, very important. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.